Curious about the psychological fog, Mike becomes a superhero in the control room, planning to save the little monster, and eventually lets his guard down. Mike discovered that as long as the boy doesn't feel fear, the tentacles behave like well-trained puppies. Soon, the boy tells Will in from Chernobyl talk about a lively place. Due to his mutations, he's treated like an outer space being by others around him. But in reality, he's just a misunderstood kid who doesn't want to hurt anyone. Seeing the boy so confused, Helen decides to bring him to the shelter to party with the other freaks. After all, it's much safer than out there. Meanwhile, a bad egg sneaks towards the shelter, and a bald guy tries to break in but gets sucked back by the protective electromagnetic field. The bald man decides to find another way in and plans to surprise Helen's daughter Anna while she's out. Faced with this century-old guy, Anna throws everything at him but he won't budge, and she's about to give up. Luckily, her buddy's Io zaps the bald guy with a stun gun from behind. He's just more stubborn than a mule. When faced with this freak, Anna thinks Mom will handle it, but little does she know she just fell into Boulder's trap. The bald guy controls the guards quicker than you can say abracadabra and forces them to shut down the shelter's electromagnetic shield. Anna realizes something's not right. Turns out, the bald dude let Anna win on purpose to waltz right into the shelter. Helen rushes to the monitoring room and finds the bald guy waving at her, while Anna's clueless that her mom and the bald dude share some history. A century ago, Helen saved this bald king when he was literally on death's door. Helen even gave up her blood for the bald guy's century-long stay of execution. Talk about being selfless. But the bald guy feels himself getting old and is determined to procure Helen's blood again. It's turning into a bloody showdown. Bald guy zips in, grabs Anna, and drags her into the feisty dinosaur room. Dinosaur parties weren't meant to be this wild. He threatens Helen to hand over her blood, or else Anna is toast. The moment the dinosaur smells humans, it turns into total beast mode, and in that cramped space, poor Anna has nowhere to run. Just in the nick of time, Mike and the beast burst in like the superheroes they were meant to be. Mike remembers that dinosaurs hate bright lights and quickly smashes the lamp, creating a light show. Taking advantage of the moment, Mike rescues Anna, while the bald guy, now in freeze frame, realizes something's off. Turns out Helen secretly spiked the blood with some special ingredients. The bald guy grits his teeth, swearing he will return with a vengeance. Talk about a true ghost story. Here comes the most powerful trio. They look young, but combined, they've been alive for over 2,000 years. They are unleashing world-destroying energy, planning to turn the human world into a real hell on Earth. As the shelter was about to become a purgatory, a man jumps in to stop them, nearly getting his head blasted off by the light waves. Little do they know, these three gals hail from the medieval era, and they know how to fight. These ladies are packed with superpowers, but they fall victim to an evil force's control, becoming the alternate puppets. In a pitched battle between humans and evil forces, most of those baddies are finally sent packing. Yet, the remaining goons cunningly seal them in a sarcophagus, waiting for the perfect moment to wake them up. Flash forward 800 years, and Helen brings Mike and Anna along searching for brightness, only to stumble upon a horde of undead after them. In the midst of the chaos, Mike accidentally stumbles deep into a tomb and incredibly triggers the mechanism known as the lightning trap. The screen in front of him makes his IQ plummet. It shows three women who just woke up. The three ladies get taken into the shelter, and after a checkup, Helen is relieved to discover they are not dead. They seem to be in a deep slumber cursed from ages past, so Helen gives them special shots in hopes of waking them up. Meanwhile, the leader of an armed squad notices something fishy and is already on the hunt for them. These guys are minions of the evil force, intent on using the ladies' powers to rule the world again. Talk about a not-so-fun reunion. Suddenly, the three ladies awaken from their slumber, sensing an ominous premonition. It's as if the army of the undead is on their tail. Not wanting to become the evil force's puppets again, they prepare to unleash their ultimate power, True Power Fest. Just then, Helen zaps them down with a pulse gun, but alas, the undead army has breached the shelter. They quickly launch into an epic showdown, but as more enemies swarm in, Helen and her crew find themselves surrounded. Just as they are about to become dinner, a mysterious force topples the armed squad. It's the Woken Warriors saving the day. They understand that if they take care of this enemy squad, the evil force will send even more underlings to hunt them down. The trio agrees to return with them for the peace of the shelter, while the leader warns Helen that the dark forces have awakened and war is imminent. Suddenly, the woman notices something rustling in a cage, yet it remains invisible to the eye. Until the man moves closer, revealing the contents of the cage. It turns out to be two adorably harmless bunnies. These fluffy little creatures look absolutely nothing like the fierce beast I'd expect. But at the same time, one of the innocent rabbits is surveilling secretly, while a gross monster is plotting against them. Quick thinking Helen zaps the monster with a tranquilizer gun. Talk about a stroke of genius. Meanwhile, the staff met an unfortunate fate and were totally torn to shreds. What a grisly scene. They lock the monster away in the shelter. It's a tailless wolf-like creature. Strangely, it seems like the bunnies and this creature hail from the same mysterious place. Insightful research is needed. These creatures share a high camouflage gene that lets them go incognito during emergencies, and no one expected that by the next morning, their breeding capabilities would surprise. Overnight, the duo turned into a whopping 14. Talk about a growth spurt, and their appetites are insane. Upon observation, they discover these guys can go from newborns to adults in just one day. It's like a biological experiment gone wild. Meanwhile, the captured wolf-like monster grows restless. It senses a threat approaching, none other than those lively little bunnies. The bunnies gnaw through the iron door and escape, and those sturdy wire nets crumble under the bite like cookies. Talk about a bunny attack. By the time everyone notices, all the bunnies have vanished. Helen instantly feels a wave of seriousness wash over her. At this rate, if they let those bunnies escape, the entire human world might be in for a whole lot of trouble. Helen ponders this and realizes that the monster might be the bunny's natural predator, so she decides to open the iron door. The wolf monster quickly tracks its prey and dispatches a few bunnies as if it's on a hunting expedition. Meanwhile, Mike and Anna manage to catch one bunny in the attic. Thank goodness. Don't mess with the bunnies. Anna fumed. If they escape again, we're toast. As tensions rise, pressure mounts on Helen. She feels cornered like a mouse at a cat show. In this critical moment, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We need your support to keep this wild ride going.